Hello and welcome to this week's very exciting vlog update. I've made some more great progress with the EP release strategy, including a fairly big decision to shift the target release date back a number of weeks to probably mid-March, but I will talk more about that decision shortly. First, I wanted to talk about something that I think is, well, for me anyway, personally, one of the most important considerations and I suppose informing bits of feedback about my decision to revise my release strategy so significantly. As part of my preparation for the EP release, I've been reaching out to people, friends, family, acquaintances, just to talk to them a bit about the release and various aspects of it. So, for example, people who I know who are themselves musicians, I've started reaching out to them to ask their thoughts around certain things. And then others who I know really like, the style of music that I might sort of be related to. So maybe their tastes would kind of parallel what I'm trying to produce. I've also asked their thoughts around my music and including whether they might be willing to just jot down a sentence or few about what they've observed of me and my work so far and what they think of that. And a couple of people have already very kindly sent me their thoughts. And I've just already been so blown away and amazed and touched at what people have been willing to, write about me for me to use in promotional efforts for the EP and my music going forward. So let me just very excitingly read a couple of those first two, like I said, bits of, I guess, those first two official reviews of my music because I was just so excited. The first one I received last Sunday, so a week ago today, and I was just speechless reading it. I couldn't believe that, for my very first ever official review that someone has given me, I received this. So let me just read you what Rushin has said. Jen's music evokes something in my soul. Sent shivers down my spine. When the flute came in, there were unexpected happy tears. I love the heaviness and depth of the electronics contrasted with the soaring, uplifting light vocals and flute. Her melodies are catchy and memorable, and oddly bring me back to a happy time in my childhood. Perhaps it's the elements of Enya in her music reminding me of long car journeys in Ireland in the 90s, along with Genevieve's sweet tone, bringing me straight back into a place of innocence and playfulness. Wow. Like I said, I was just speechless reading that. I was so overjoyed and amazed and just inspired to continue trying to do what I'm doing and continue improving. And yeah, those kind words from Machine were just really special as a first official listener review. So thank you so much, Rasheen. I don't even know if she will ever see this, but that just really touched my soul in ways that I can't describe. And then the following day, Jess wrote, Genevieve is gifted with an innate belief and trust in herself, which enables her to create from her own heart and from a pure source. I believe this is what the world needs, more of this. So, wow, that also was just Jess can always see right into the heart of everything. She sees the soul, she sees the spirit, and just to have that from Jess was just this huge, again, that kind of vote of confidence and validation that I am doing something that's worthwhile. And if I keep working at it and keep improving and just keep doing what I feel called to do, and that is ultimately what all of this is about, is me doing what I feel called to do. This could really be this could really go places that are very special. And so to have those first two reviews about my music, I'm just so touched and excited, like I said, to continue on. And having that has also helped me really, I suppose, bolster my confidence in my ability to get it done and do what needs to happen. And in light of that, and in light of further research that I've been doing over the past week, I've actually decided to push out, like I said earlier, push out the release date for the EP. I had originally been planning to release it in early Feb because I've got some other commitments most likely coming up in February that I didn't want the EP launch to sort of distract me from. But realistically, and looking at the processes that remain to be completed with getting it out and getting it promoted properly, it would probably be best to do it right rather than do it fast. So in light of that, I'm actually going to, instead of an early Feb launch, I'm going to now aim for a sort of mid-March launch. Partly because the general consensus in the research I've undertaken seems to be that once you've got the final audio, you should then realistically allocate 4 to 6 weeks of getting your ducks in a row, promoting it properly. And yes, I could rush it through and just slap it up there as soon as I've got the final audio. But, I want to do it properly. I want to give this project the respect and the space that it deserves. And try to maximize its chances for getting out there to places that would value it and that it would enrich. So rather than rush it out, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to do it properly, I'm going to really do my best in terms of releasing and promoting it, just as I've tried to do my best in trying to write and produce the material. So yeah, mid-March launch now, and that actually, as I've kind of just alluded to, gives me time to look at further elements to support it that I hadn't been planning to do. So for example, it'll give me more time to work on promotional videos and lyric videos for the songs. And it'll also give me time to reach out to, prospective bloggers and vloggers and webzines, for example, that might be interested in not just the music, but also the backstory behind it. So this vlog that I've been doing for the past year about learning to write songs and learning to use a DAW, digital audio workstation, and this whole process of putting together music intended for recording and recording in a studio and all of that stuff. There's this whole year's worth of story behind the EP as well that I think people could be interested doubly for that reason, just because it's not just music, but it's also music with a story that could be interesting to a lot of people. Because I like to think that what this vlog demonstrates is that it doesn't matter where you are in your life, what stage you're at, what your profession is, how old you are. If you really want to do it, you can do it. Like it's possible. And it's not only possible, it's enjoyable and such a brilliant learning experience that I am so grateful that I have undertaken. So that said, I have made that decision and also put the time this week to good use. I've identified well over 300. I kid you not. I spent a good, solid 2 or 3 days just doing internet research into potential bloggers and vloggers and mags and webzines that might be interested in the EP once it's ready. So I've got that list of 300 plus people to reach out to once I've got the final audio from Joel. And on top of that, I've also been exploring different platforms for potential pitching and promotion. So I'm going to look at opening accounts on maybe SubmitHub, Groover, Muso Soup, and there are also other things that I will be further looking into, like Playlist Hunter, I think was one, and Songju. They're just sort of names at the moment that have come up a number of times as I've been researching, so I've made a note that, okay, look into those more. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, over the coming week, I might also start looking into possible photographers or videographers to work with down the road to start creating assets like music videos, like proper music videos, not just lyric videos or promo videos, but proper music videos, a proper photo library, perhaps. So there's all of these other supporting activities that I can look into undertaking now that I've given myself that breathing room to really make the most of this time and do what I can to make it the best possible outcome. So that's where I'm at this week.